Hey everybody, it's Brian here with Sage Hypnotherapy and Coaching and calcoachingandlife.com. And if you haven't checked us out yet, head over to coachingandlife.com. We've got some forums there. Just sign up. And in fact, I just got off of the forum. Somebody had left a question for me about how to avoid burnout. And it was a great opportunity to remind me of a story that I had heard. But recently, I got some more information on the story and I want to share it with you. The story is the old Cherokee and the two wolves. And you may have heard this story before. You probably have heard this story before. That story was so profound to me that it kind of became one of the guiding principles in my life. But also, I would teach to my students every year to kind of give them a little bit of wisdom. Because let's face it, middle school kids can use all the wisdom they can get. So the story goes that there's a Cherokee elder, and he's imparting wisdom to his grandson. And he tells his grandson, inside of me, there are two wolves constantly fighting. There's a light wolf, which is love and compassion and empathy, kindness and giving. And then there's the dark wolf, and the dark wolf is anger and ferocity and aggression. And they're always at war with one another. And his grandson looks at him and says, well, grandfather, which one will win? And the grandfather tells him, the one you feed. Which, that story, although it's short, really had an impact on me. And I think it's very profound in its nature. And that is, when we are living our lives, if we're feeding the wolf, the dark wolf, with all the negativity and negative thoughts, negative talk, negativity about ourselves towards ourselves, the negativity about others towards them, then that's going to grow and get stronger, and that's the wolf that will win. However, if we are kind and we are loving and we are giving and compassionate and empathetic, then that is the part of our nature that is going to win. Recently, even though this was a very, very good story, I found out recently that it's not entirely factual. I mean, obviously not with the wolves, but the way the story's told, the message is a little different. And I want to share that with you because I think that while the wolf you feed is very important, the end of the story that the Cherokees actually passed down is much more profound. And it's also in line with what I talk about for you and how to live a good life. And so it goes through. The grandfather, the elder is talking to his grandson. He says, inside me are the two wolves. We go through all of that. And at the very end, the grandson says, okay, grandfather, which wolf will win? Now, instead of saying the one you feed, the actual story goes, the grandfather tells him, they both win if you feed them correctly. If you just feed the light wolf, the dark wolf is going to be waiting around the corner. It's going to be suppressed, and it's going to build in aggression and anger, and it's going to come out and cause problems. If you only feed the dark wolf, then the light wolf will wither away and not be present when you need to be present. The empathy and the love and the strength. When you acknowledge both of them and you feed them appropriately, then when it's time to be empathetic and loving and giving and kind, which in my opinion is most of the time, you have that light wolf strong enough to do that. But there are times where you need to be aggressive. You need to be ferocious. You need to stand up, protect your family, your friends, your loved ones, yourself. There are times that you need to stand your ground, that you need to be fearless and push forward in spite. There are times where you need to be discriminating, and sometimes, harshly so. So the purpose of the story is not so much about just feeding the good wolf the light wolf, but it's about finding balance. And when you find balance, you're going to live a happier, healthier life because you're not sacrificing one for the other. You can acknowledge the negative things. You can acknowledge and be aware of those aspects of your personality, thereby feeding them and being aware of them, but you don't have to succumb and give in to them all the time. You know, frequently fear, it's okay to be fearful. It's okay to be afraid that something bad will happen. It's not okay that something bad will happen, but it's okay to have that feeling. It's okay to feel joy as well. It's okay to feel love and kindness. I catch grief from people sometimes because I tell a lot of people I love you because for me, I got an endless supply. Now, do I love everybody? No, there are people that don't deserve my love. And there are people that deserve my ire as well. But that takes quite a bit. So my philosophy is that of a Stoic, and I'll do some more videos on Stoicism, and that is to find balance in life. When we overdo one or the other, we're out of balance, and then things don't work out for us. It's okay to acknowledge the negative stuff. It's okay to know it's there, and it's okay to let it do its thing when it's time to do its thing. If it's doing its thing when you should be kind and compassionate, well, then there's a bigger problem. And when you are overly being kind and compassionate to the detriment of your own safety and security, then there's a problem there. So I thought, I just ran across this the past few days, the story, how it is truly told. I say both of the stories are very valuable. I think for kids, the one you feed is very profound and very important for them to hear because they don't necessarily have the experience to understand balance. Now, if you want some help, if you're having trouble kind of discerning the difference between your two wolves, reach out to me. You can head over to coachingandlife.com, join the forums there, ask some questions there, and I'm more than happy to answer. You can get some one-on-one sessions with me, and I do this online all around the world. I've worked with people in Denmark, Indonesia, across the country. So wherever you're at, if you can hear this, then reach out. But feed both your wolves properly. Feed them both what they need, and they'll both be happy. All right? Thank you, guys. You got to share the video. You got to like the video. You got to comment on the video. I mean, you don't got to, but it sure helps me. And I want to build my channels up this year. That's one of my goals for this year is to build my channels up and spread the word. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I value all of you. I appreciate all of you. I love all of you. All right? Let's find some balance. Let's do this together. 2020 is our year. Until we meet again, everybody, inhale relaxation. Exhale tension. And be well.